All letters shared on the Miserably Married channel are submitted anonymously and shared with permission. Names and identifying details may be changed to protect the privacy of those involved. The content is for storytelling and support purposes only. It is not a substitute for therapy or professional counseling. If you are in crisis, please seek help from a licensed mental health provider. Please note, I am not a therapist. I am Mrs. Unheard, a voice for the voiceless, here to offer perspective, honesty, and a little bit of raw wisdom from one woman to another. Let's dive into today's letter. Dear Mrs. Unheard, I am writing because I am completely and emotionally depleted. I'm also spiritually discouraged. My husband insists that he would never cheat on me physically. He says it with such conviction, as though that alone makes him a faithful man. He claims that because of his relationship with God, he would never cross certain boundaries, and he expects that to be enough for me. But what he fails to acknowledge is how deeply entangled he is with other women emotionally. He communicates privately with them on nearly every social media platform: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and even Snapchat. Sometimes it's playful and flirtatious, and other times it's personal and vulnerable. Conversations I long to have with him, yet he reserved them for other women. What makes it even more painful is how I discovered it. One evening, I heard him talking with one of his friends in the kitchen. He didn't know I was nearby. I listened as he laughed about a woman who messaged him from his past. He told his friend, "She said I still got it." Then he added that he wasn't going to jeopardize his marriage, but he didn't see any harm in enjoying the attention, as if I don't give him attention. His friend laughed. I didn't. That moment broke something inside of me. It opened my eyes to what had been going on for far longer than I realized. After that, I started noticing the notifications. I saw the messages. One day, he forgot to log out of his laptop, and I read conversations where he talked about me to other women, describing me as difficult, overly emotional, and hard to live with. What's even more frustrating is that he would never allow me to have private conversations with other men. He once became extremely upset when a male coworker wished me happy birthday online. Yet somehow it's acceptable for him to maintain secretive, emotional connections with women I don't even know. When I try to talk to him about it and about how much it hurts me, he dismisses it. He says I'm overthinking it and that I should be grateful that he isn't actually cheating. But I cannot help but feel betrayed, belittled, and emotionally abandoned. Am I wrong to believe that emotional fidelity is just as important as physical faithfulness? Is it unreasonable to expect my husband to guard his conversations, his attention, and his affections the same way I am expected to do? Sincerely, emotionally rejected. Dear emotionally rejected, no, sis, you are not wrong. You are not overreacting, and you are not asking for too much. I hear you asking for faithfulness in the fullest, most biblical sense of the word. Marriage was never intended to be limited to physical boundaries alone. God designed marriage to be a covenant, an exclusive sacred bond between two people who honor and protect each other's hearts, bodies, and souls. Covenant is not just about staying in the same house or wearing a ring. It's about intentional loyalty, even when no one is looking. Your husband may be proud that he hasn't committed physical adultery, but emotional betrayal is still a violation of covenant. In Job 31:1, Job says, I made a covenant with my eyes not to look lustfully at a young woman. That is the posture of a man who fears God, not simply abstaining from physical acts of sin, but proactively guarding his heart, his mind, and his gaze. Your husband's actions may not involve physical touch, but they are harming your marriage deeply. The secrecy, the emotional intimacy with other women, the dishonor in how he speaks about you. These things do violate the emotional safety and spiritual unity that a godly marriage requires. And the fact that he would not tolerate the same behavior from you only reveals the double standard he's operating under. He's enforcing one set of rules for you while excusing himself from the same level of accountability. That is not spiritual leadership, it's manipulation. Sister, emotional betrayal is still betrayal. You are not being irrational by wanting to feel cherished, prioritized, and respected. You are not imagining things by feeling wounded. In fact, it's a healthy response to grieve when a covenant is being treated casually. I want to lovingly urge you to seek out help from someone trained to walk with women through emotional abuse, betrayal trauma, and spiritual gaslighting. I'm not a therapist and I never claim to be, but there are professionals who can help you process this pain and begin the journey towards healing and clarity. As I often encourage, you can visit betterhelp.com or Psychology Today to find a counselor who understands the complexities of what you are facing. Someone who will listen, affirm your experiences, and equip you with tools to discern your next steps. I also want to say to you, sister, God sees you. Your pain is not invisible to him, and no part, I want you to hear me, no part of his design for marriage involves enduring betrayal in silence. Sis, you deserve truth, you deserve safety, and you deserve covenant love, not just in words, but in actions. With compassion and prayer, Mrs. Unheard. If you or someone you love is in an emotionally destructive marriage, you are not alone. There is help, there is hope, and there is healing. This space, sis, is for you, the unheard woman behind the smile. If this letter spoke to something deep inside you and you have a story you'd like to share anonymously, Mrs. Unheard is listening. Email your letter to mrsunheard@gmail.com to be featured on a future episode. And remember, this content is for storytelling and support only. It is not a replacement for therapy or professional guidance. Please seek help from a licensed mental health provider if you are in need.